If you create content in any way, it helps to have a plan so you can stay consistent and actually grow. Notion is one of the best tools for content planning because you can build a system that fits your brain and workflows with custom databases, pages, templates, automations, and AI features built in. In this video, I'll be giving a template tour and tutorial of the newly updated Ultimate Content Planner, both the standard and the AI versions. I built this using everything I've learned from creating content since 2022, and it's honestly the template I wish I had when I started. If you find this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Let's jump right in. Let's first start with a brief overview of this template. On the left-hand side are all of the quick links. You'll find all of the pages and databases included in this template directly here. These are the main database pages. Make sure not to delete any of these or the template might not work anymore. Underneath there, we have all of the platforms. These are already populated here so that you can get started right away. On this side, we have the content calendar. You'll also see in a board view, so you can manage your progress this way, and then also a posted feed. Then we have content ideas. So anything that's in the idea state is going to appear here. And then under there, we have the task manager where you can manage tasks relating to the content or any tasks just relating to day-to-day operations. Now let's start with the identity and vision page. So the identity and vision page is a place where you can think about and clarify what your identity is with your content. So what is your vision and mission? What are your values? What are the positioning and core messages that you want to share? And who are your audience, brand voice, and good idea to fill these out so you have a really good idea and clear vision for what you are creating and what kind of workflows that you're thinking to do with your content planning. And to get back to the main page, you can just hover here to get back to the Ultimate Content Planner, or you can also go here to go to the different pages as well. So this is a really easy navigation system. Next, let's go to the content page. So if you click here, we can go to where all of your content lives. You can plan out your content in a calendar view, you can plan it out in a board view, and you can also plan out all of your ideas. So if you want to just add a new content plan on the calendar, all you have to do is click on the date you want to add it. So let's say that I'm planning a video on the 29th. So I could title my content. So let's say that this video is about, I can add the format. So this is a video. I can also choose the platform. So this is on YouTube. And then if I get started on it, I can put it in progress if I want to do that. Next, I can fill it in. So I can add any files, images, media applying to this video. I can assign it to someone if I'm working as a team. I can add a link to the video, tags. And if it is a sponsored video, for example, or sponsored content, you can actually even add amounts here. You can also do very lightweight tracking that way. You can also add any contacts. So anyone where you have collaborators, sponsors, etc., or maybe even other external helpers, you can just add them as a contact here. So for example, let's say that I have someone named John Smith as a collaborator on this video. I can just add them here. And then I can see the created time. You can also relate this content to another piece of content that you already have in this template. So you could link it somewhere. This is especially useful if you're planning to repurpose something or post to multiple channels. Then you can also add idea types, idea briefs, and idea sources. This is also possible when you're in the brainstorming phase, which I'll go over next. So once you have everything filled in here, then you can choose what kind of template you want to use. So this template includes all of these pre-made ones that you can choose from. So if this is a long form video, I could just click here and it's going to load everything relating to long form videos. So I can then type my ideas, I can plan my outline, I can plan my script, title ideas, description, tags for YouTube, files and media. And these are all customized. So if I were to click another one and let's say that I'm doing something else, so maybe instead I have a newsletter, you can see that the format of each of the templates are different based on what I choose. And what's cool about this one is also that when you choose a status, it's going to change the color on the calendar. So you can easily see which ones are done and which ones are in progress, ready to publish and not started. If you would like to edit these options yourself, you can click on status here, edit property, and then choose and add different statuses, colors. So you can also customize that as well. Next, if I just walk through the board view, here you can easily drag your items across the board. So if you do have more intricate workflows that you need to manage, sometimes a board view is nice to look at. So you can also use it this way. Here you can also have your idea bank. So then you can pull it to not started to get started with it. You do have to add a date for the posting date in order for it to appear in the calendar. So be mindful of that. And then let's say that now I'm in my ideas section and I want to add some ideas. So maybe I have an idea for a new business template for Notion. I could add some notes for the brief. I can also add some sources if I have something from the web that I want to add here. I can also add some idea types. So let's say that this was from my web research. I could put it like this. Now, if I go back to my board view, you can see new business template for Notion. And I can immediately start with it if I move it here and then choose. Let's say that this is a product or offer. I'm just going to choose here and now I can start planning this. So that would be kind of how you can move from ideas to actual execution and then also seeing it on a calendar. The other thing with this content section is that I can also add tasks directly relating to the content by clicking it open and then clicking tasks. So let's say that part of this task is that I need to first outline the video. Then I can add another one, which is to script the video. Then maybe I need to film the video and so on. So I can actually add all my tasks directly to the content itself as well. And now if we go back by going here, I can click there. Next, we can go to the task manager. So if I go to task manager, now you'll see the tasks that I actually already added, which is film video, script the video, outline the video already in my task manager. I can assign deadlines. So let's say that this is due here and so on. And then I can also assign a person. If I go to a board view, I can also see the progress of the tasks using a board view. And here you can also see which content it relates to. I can click here and immediately see the content inside as well. Then in the calendar view, I can also see it with all of the due dates. And again, it's color coded so you can see where the status is at. So now if we go back, we can next go to favorite creators. Favorite creators is just a way to keep inspiration. So if you want to add a new one, you can just click new page, choose favorite creators. You can add which platforms they're for. So if this was let's say a TikTok creator, I can choose that and add any notes about them. And then if you add a cover photo, it's going to show up here. Next, if we go to assets, you can add various assets. So things like banners, frequently used description templates, all of these you can add. And all you have to do is just add something here. So let's say that this is a YouTube description template that I want to add. And this is just so that I can keep track of my YouTube description layout. So I just put it here. If there's any files in media, I can also attach it here. And then if I open this up, then I can also write the description inside directly here. If I click here, I can see everything by platform and then also by tag. You can also add your own additional tags by just typing out the new thing. So let's say that this is a logo. I could just add that here. Now, if we go back, then we can go to platforms. So until now, you saw that everything was tied to different platforms. You can add your new platform here. And if you open one, what you can now do is see everything. So you'll see your info and notes, things like your recent subscribers, username details, link to your channel, and any notes you have. And then here you can see all of the content calendar for YouTube. So you can see one of them here that's going to be published on YouTube. Then if I go to content ideas, you can see any ideas relating to YouTube that I've put in here, or I can add my own ideas. So new idea for YouTube. And I can fill it in. Then we have subscriber and follower counter. So this is where you can add a new entry. And let's say that my subscribers grew to 4,000 on April 22nd. Then I could do something like that just to track. And then it's going to be updated here. Now, if I go to assets, you'll see any assets relating to YouTube here, and then also any favorite creators for YouTube also appear here. So it's really important that you make sure to choose the correct platform so that everything gets updated in each of the relevant tabs. So now if we go back here, then next we can go to contacts. So previously I added the new contact John Smith. If I open him up, then you can fill in the type of person. Let's say this was a collaborator, email, phone address, notes, files, and media. And also it's going to total up the entire sponsor amount if you've been tracking those amounts per content. So that applies more to the sponsor types, but if you do want to track that, you can also track that. If I go to content, you can see all the content that I've collaborated with John Smith here. So you can easily track who you've worked with before. If you go to by type, you can see by each type of person, and then also you can see by sponsors. Let's say that I have Apple as a sponsor, then I can see if any of the content I've actually collaborated with them on. If not, I can even add a new piece of content here. Let's say that I'm working on a integrated video, and you can add the sponsor amount. Let's say that it was like 1,000, and the format, video, platforms, YouTube, and then also the publishing date. So let's say it's on the 23rd. And now you can actually see the total amount here, but you can also go back to your page here and you'll see that integrated video appear here, and you'll see the sponsor amount and the contacts already inside. So everything is interconnected, as you can see. Next, let's go to the subscriber and follower tracker. So here you can track your number of subscribers and keep a manual entry whenever you want to keep it updated. You can see all of your entries here, track what your latest counts are to stay motivated. Then if we go now to plan and review, this is where you can do review and planning. To add a new plan or review, you can either click new page in here or new here. Now let's say that I want to do quarterly planning. Then I can choose the cadence, which is quarterly. So this is just so that you can choose your own cadence, but the template inside is the same. So here you can see what are some goals, so you can fill out the goals. What are the things you'd like to focus on? Then you can check your content schedule and also the board view as well. I would recommend opening this in full page so you can see a bigger picture. So you can see your board view like this. And then you can also update the subscriber follower tracker if you'd like. And once you have everything planned, then you can mark it as planned and then return to plan and review. Once you do that, you'll see that it's removed from the need to plan, but it also appears in need to review. So what you can do next is to review it. So then I would open it again. And then here in the review section, I can then do a review after the quarter is ending. Then I can just check reviewed, and then it disappears from both of these sections. You can also fill in the dates too. So for the dates, you can click the first date and then you can turn on end date to make sure that you can add that correct date here. So let's say that this was March 31st. You can click out and then you'll see it here. Next, let's go over the AI version. I think that this is where the planner can really help you streamline and automate your workflows. And I've put a lot of thought into all of the prompts and what's included in here. In all of these templates that you see here, like web article, long form video, short form video, and so on, they all include a special template inside that you can use to just generate content or drafts for you. So let's say that I'm here, I open a new page. I'm going to make a video about content planning with Notion. So I can, of course, fill everything out just like the other template. But what I can do now is when I put long form video, then it's going to show some ideas. And if I type some ideas here, and then if I click outline, now there's this AI generator. So each of these sections, all I have to do is click generate for it to actually generate some outlines for me. So you can see now it's already showing me introductions, how to set up my content database, and so on. I can then use this by copying all of this, and I could just paste it here like this to actually use it, or I could generate another entry by clicking generate again. If I click the settings, you can actually edit the prompts that I've included here as well. So this is also very customizable. So next, if we have script, again, if I click here, you can see the prompt that I've added. And then if you just click generate, so as you can see, it generated a script. Then I can also generate titles by clicking here And then I can also even generate descriptions. And then even tags for YouTube, I can just generate that so that you can copy and paste it in immediately in the YouTube tags format. And I'm not going to show every single one because there's just so many, but just to give you another example, let's say that I'm going to do a web article on content planning with Notion. If I now select the web article option, you see ideas similar to the video, outline, article content, title ideas, meta descriptions. So for example, if I click social post, you see caption, and it's also going to generate hashtags for you. Next, let's go over the AI skill pack. So the AI skill pack is a selection of skills that I've created, which are basically different prompts that you can use when you highlight certain text or use it in the chat. How to use an AI skill pack? Let's say that I want to use the caption and hashtags, is that if I go to my sidebar and go to settings, there's this area called Notion AI, and inside here I can click add a skill, and all I have to do is type the name of the skill that I want to add in here. So in this case, I want the hashtags plus captions. I'm going to go ahead and type that in. And you can see caption plus hashtag here. So I can go ahead and click that. And now you'll see it over here. And I would recommend clicking add to text editor menu. When you do that, what happens is first, there's going to be this blue banner at the top. And now you can get started with using it. So let's say that I am creating a social post. Now I can highlight the text and then click the caption plus hashtags, and it's going to generate a caption for me with the hashtags based on what I've highlighted. So now you can see the caption has been generated underneath. You can also use it with images. So if I'm in my chat and I add an image, so this was a live event that I did, and this is the Instagram post, I can mention the skill. So if I type @ hashtag, and I can see here caption plus hashtags, this is the skill. And then if I just click enter, it's going to look at this picture and give me caption plus hashtags. So you can see the caption based on the image that it generated for me. I've already added all of my skill packs to my Notion skills, so you can do them one by one, just as I showed, using the settings and then adding them to the text editor. To show you a few other ones, let's say that I am trying to think of some titles for a video. I can also highlight a title and then click title checker. And now it's giving me a score, my overall score based on clarity, all of these things, and then also some additional options that I could use. I want to check against my brand guidelines that I have in my identity and vision page. Then I can just highlight the text, and then I could do brand consistency editor to check if it matches with the one that I've added in my vision and identity page. So here you can see 6 out of 10. So now if I were to highlight random words, check for brand consistency, you can see that it's 1 out of 10. So I think that the scoring is also quite nice, that it gives me some ideas and room for improvement. The next way that this is great is also the AI agent instructions page, which is over here. And you can actually edit all the sections where it has this yellow call out box. So for example, you can add your own personality rules. You can add your brand niche business description, content creation rules, so how you want Instagram posts to look like, blog posts, and so on. And then also where to store the generated content. It's already hooked up to the content database, so it knows exactly where to put all of the information. And I've also added additional content idea generator and also repurposing guidelines. And all of these sections you can add yourself some additional information. But a lot of the information is also taken from the identity and vision page. So I would really make sure that this one is fleshed out to use this agent instruction page. To utilize an agent instructions page, you can click on the face over here for the AI. You can click on its face again, and then this is where you can customize it. So you can add a hat, anything you want, name it. And then the important part is here. So you can use an existing page. So in this case, this is an existing page. So what you would do is it would look something like this. You would add instructions, use existing page, and you would look for AI agent instructions page. So you can find it here. And once it's chosen, you'll notice there's a blue banner. So how I can use this is to help me with writing content, but I can also have it generate ideas, which is how I like to use this. It's going to go through my workspace, look for some repurposing content as well as general ideas that it might find from the web. So if I click enter now, you can see that it's going to populate my content ideas section. So now you can see everything that it's generated for me. 3 views framework ideas, and this was taken from this Notion templates content planner for Reels post from the Notion marketplace. So it's actually searching online as well, and if so, it says web research. In the board view, I can see a bunch of ideas that have been generated by the AI. It makes it less daunting to think about your content workflow. Next, I wanted to cover a few more premium features. So since this has the AI features, I also included some business plan features that aren't available for Plus plan users or free plan users. And in this template, that is the dashboard. And here you can see all of the posts that you've published and all of the tasks that you've completed. You can also see it by platform as well. And you can see what kind of content you've published. So how many % was a social post, how many was a video, and so on. So you can kind of get a big overview on what types of content you've been publishing, as well as this follower and subscriber chart as well. So you can see each of the different platforms, and the way that the subscribers go up or down can be really motivating to look at, especially if you can see your growth this way. And this is tied to the subscriber and follower tracker here. So when you input the numbers, it's going to also change the chart over here. And in the subscriber follower tracker, it also includes the chart as a bigger view, so you can see that over here. And for this dashboard, since it's pulling from different databases, you can actually filter it to different dates. So by default, it's set to this month, but you can also set it to, let's say, this year, this week, or even today. This part you can edit by clicking the filter button here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in downloading this template, you can find the link in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I hope to see you all in the next video.